Sometimes I think the latest technology can be a little too engrossing. You know, I could totally rob this place right now. They wouldn't even know. Have all that away. This is NextVR in Laguna Beach, California. It's an outfit that specializes in streaming sports events in virtual reality to users of VR headsets around the world. And when I dropped in, the US Open Golf Championships were the order of the day. So I am standing on a grassy bank overlooking the US Open. And I can see some spectators here. There's a guy with a sign waving it around that really does feel like it's about to clout me in the face. And I'm really up close and personal with the players here who are all having a bit of a swing. That must be the Goodyear blimp up there. Always good to see the Goodyear blimp. He's taking his time. That's the thing about golf, it's one of those slow sports where you don't actually know whether the feed's frozen or whether that's just what it looks like in real life. NextVR also deals in faster sports too, giving fans the chance to experience something normally restricted to those blessed with great contacts or massive wallets: front row seats. The feeling of being right next to the action with the freedom to look in any direction they want. And this is the kind of setup required to cover all the angles. A constellation of extremely wide-angle stereoscopic cameras, each shooting at an impressive 6K resolution. But capturing and delivering a decent 3D VR experience live is hard. The wraparound image can be 24,000 pixels across, and those watching it might be using mobile phone-based headsets over mobile networks running at fairly slow speeds.
The challenge is to build an accurate representation of the world and do it quickly. I mean, fast enough so that if a basketball player runs across the court, we have an accurate map of that happening.
For faster and more accurate 3D depth perception, the camera constellations also include special light-filled cameras, which concentrate solely on depth information, resulting in images a bit like this. Another trick to reducing the amount of data to be streamed is to send only a low-resolution version of most of the view and a high-res version of just the portion you're currently focusing on. And finally, for sports, where all the action happens in front of you, NextVR will use only one pair of 3D cameras, reducing the field of vision to 180 degrees, but halving the size of the image.
So this is actually an underwater digital 3D system that captures in high enough resolution for an IMAX-sized screen.
One of the company's co-founders is filmmaker DJ Roller, who's produced and directed in some of the most extreme environments in the world, it would seem. We talked about VR moving to other types of entertainment, and in particular, another problem with giving the audience a complete 360-degree view. Namely, where'd you hide the production team?
The very first time we tried to put something in a dramatic situation, you know, in a set, we thought, what's it going to be like? There's a crew behind you, the lights overhead. Most of the sets are built in CAD and computers now. So to fill in the ceiling and the floors and the walls, so now you turn around in that dramatic piece and there's actually a wall behind you, not the camera crew.
So the crew can be removed, but how will the performers themselves fare? This kind of experience might actually usher in a very particular type of actor.
It's going to be really interesting. It's almost like when you went from silent movies to talking movies. There's actors that probably were better performers in a silent film. The same thing for VR. The meter for acting is a whole another level. So how you perform in VR might be a whole new set of actors that excel in VR.